In a world where power is measured not just by armies but by the technology behind them, one nation remains at the front lines of innovation. The United States. A country whose defense industry has spent decades creating machines and weapons so advanced that many nations still struggle to understand how they even exist. Today, we take you deep into the shadows of American military supremacy. Into the weapons that define dominance. Into the tech that doesn't just win battles, but shapes the future of warfare. These are the top 5 U.S. military weapons that shock the world. Imagine a machine that never tires, never hesitates, never misses, and can stay above the battlefield for more than an entire day without landing. The MQ-9 Reaper. This unmanned aerial giant is more than a drone, it's a hunter. A high-altitude predator capable of tracking a single target across continents. From 50,000 feet in the sky, the Reaper can watch, listen, follow, and strike before the enemy even knows what's coming. Its Hellfire missiles are so precise that they can eliminate a terrorist hiding in a room without destroying the whole building. The Reaper changed the future of warfare. No pilots in danger, no warning for the enemy, and no escape for the target. And the world is still shocked at how accurately it can hit from such impossible distances. But if the air belongs to the Reaper, the seas belong to something even more terrifying. A machine built to disappear. A weapon designed to move like a ghost under the ocean. The Virginia-class attack submarine. This is not just a submarine, it is a silent assassin. Coated with special sound-absorbing materials, the Virginia-class is so quiet that even advanced enemy sonar struggles to detect it. With Tomahawk cruise missiles on board, it can strike targets more than 1,600 kilometers away, without ever surfacing. It can sneak into enemy waters, gather intelligence, track enemy submarines, and destroy hostile ships before they even realize they're being hunted. Nations around the world fear the Virginia-class because they know one simple truth. If this submarine is nearby, they will never hear it, until the torpedo hits. But warfare is not fought only in the oceans and skies. Some battles begin and end in the blink of an eye. And for that, the United States built something that seems impossible. Something that breaks the limits of speed. The Hypersonic Air-Breathing Weapon Concept, HAWC. A missile so fast that even radar struggles to track it. HAWC doesn't fly, it tears through the atmosphere at more than 5 times the speed of sound. That is over 6,000 kilometers per hour. At that speed, a target hundreds of miles away can be hit in minutes. Unlike ballistic missiles, hypersonic missiles move unpredictably, making them nearly impossible to intercept. For decades, hypersonic weapons were considered the holy grail of military technology. But the United States didn't just catch up, it jumped ahead. HAWC's success sent a message to the world: the next generation of warfare has already begun. And the US is leading it. Still, some enemies don't need to be destroyed. Some need to be disabled, silenced, blinded. That's where one of the most secretive American projects enters the battlefield. The Laser Weapon System, LAWS. A weapon that uses pure energy instead of bullets, fuel, or explosives. The power of a sunbeam, focused into a deadly, invisible ray. Mounted on U.S. Navy destroyers, LAWS can cut through drones, burn through small boats, and disable aircraft in seconds, at the cost of just $1 per shot. No recoil, no ammunition problem, no reload time. As long as there is power, the laser fires endlessly. For years, lasers were something seen only in science fiction. But now, they're real. And America is deploying them. With LAWS, the United States has entered a new era where wars can be fought with silence and light. But even with all these weapons, drones, submarines, hypersonics, and lasers, America still holds something even more extraordinary. Something that doesn't travel through the sky, or the sea, or the land, because it sits in orbit, high above the Earth. The X-37B. A mysterious unmanned spaceplane controlled by the United States Air Force and Space Force. This aircraft can stay in space for years at a time. That's right, years. It launches like a rocket, orbits like a satellite, and returns like an airplane. And here's the real shocker. Nobody fully knows what it does up there. The missions are classified. The experiments are secret, but experts around the world believe it's testing new surveillance systems, advanced sensors, space-based weapons, and technologies that may change the future of defense forever. Some say it could plant satellites. Some say it could remove them. Some say it could even disable enemy space assets. Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear: the X-37B gives the United States a level of space dominance the world has never seen before. These 5 weapons show something deeper than raw power. They show strategy. They show vision. They show a nation preparing not for the wars of yesterday, but for the battles of tomorrow. Drones that hunt with precision. Submarines that vanish into darkness. Missiles that outrun sound. Lasers that strike with light. Spacecraft that operate beyond the planet itself. This is more than a display of force. This is a reminder that warfare is evolving. Every weapon, every system, every project is built with one goal: to stay ahead. To protect borders not just on land, but in the sky, in the ocean, and in space. The United States has built a military ecosystem where every weapon feeds information to another, creating a network so powerful that enemies cannot hide, cannot run, cannot attack undetected. What shocks the world is not only the technology, but the speed at which America creates it. In labs, in bases, in classified facilities, new concepts are already being tested. New drones, new lasers, new rockets, new defenses. And while nations work to catch up, the United States continues to leap forward. The world is watching, studying, analyzing, trying to understand how a country can produce machines that seem decades ahead of their time. The truth is simple: innovation, investment, intelligence, and a constant belief in staying prepared. Because in war, the advantage goes not to the strongest, but to the smartest. As you watch these weapons, one thing becomes clear: military technology is no longer just metal and firepower. It is data, speed, precision, adaptability, and the United States has mastered all of it. So whenever these machines appear, whether above the clouds, under the oceans, across the battlefield, or beyond the atmosphere, they carry with them a silent message. A message heard clearly around the world: never underestimate the power of innovation. These are the weapons that redefine war. These are the systems that shock nations. And these are the technologies that prove why the United States remains one of the most advanced military forces on the planet. Because the real battle is not fought with guns. It's fought with ideas. And the United States never stops creating them.